Chapter 6. Burning the Golden Seal, Dongzhu's Rampage. Hiding the Jade Seal, Sun Jian breaks his promise. The feudal lords of the 8 regions rejoiced immensely, inviting Liu, Guan, and Zhang to celebrate their victory.
News of the victory quickly reached the camp of the leader Yuan Shao.
We have defeated the enemy, my lord. Victory is ours.
Yuan Shao immediately delivered the proclamation, urging the mighty tiger of Jiangdong, Sun Jian, to advance his troops. Thinking of the previous losses and shortages in supplies, Sun Jian led his generals straight to Yuan Shu's camp.
We demand the provisions. I have no enmity with Zhuo. I brave the arrows and bullets for the country, to avenge your family!
Hearing the sharp questioning, Yuan Shu was terrified, not knowing where to hide his face. To atone for his mistake to Sun Jian, Yuan Shu orders the execution of the slanderer who harmed the army. As soon as Jian returned to the camp, a secret report came. A general of Dongzhu requested an audience. The visitor turned out to be Dongzhuo's trusted confidant, Dwight, Li Tui.
The Prime Minister respects the general and wishes to form a marital alliance between the two families.
Sun Jian angrily shouted, rejecting the treacherous villain's marriage proposal. Dongzhu is rebellious and wicked. I want to exterminate 9 generations of his family. Why would I want to befriend him? Get out!
Li Tui ran straight back to his mansion, clutching his head, and recounted the story to Dongzhu. Upon hearing this, Dongzhu flew into a rage and immediately summoned his strategist, Li Ru. Our army has just been defeated. People's hearts are in turmoil. It's best to move the capital to Chang'an. To the west is a Han dynasty. To the east is another Han dynasty. The deer runs to Chang'an. Only then will it escape disaster.
If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known.
Dongzhu convenes the officials in Luoyang, declaring that the auspicious time has run out, forcing the emperor to return to the western capital. Minister Yang Biao speaks up. The capital is a sacred place. Moving it will surely cause a stir throughout the land. Grand Marshal Wang Wan also intervenes. Chang'an is already in ruins. We cannot abandon the palace in this desolate place.
Shun Shuang again remonstrates. Moving the capital will cause chaos throughout the land. What do I care about these commoners?
That same day, Dongzhu ruthlessly dismissed the 3 officials, demoting them to commoners. Minister Zhao Bi and Captain Wu Qiong continue to stand in front of the carriage, risking their lives to dissuade him. Dongzhu was furious because they had recommended Yuan Shao and ordered the guards to take both of them to the gate of the residence and behead them.
Behead!
Li Ru proposes a wicked plan. Confiscate the assets of the wealthy in Luoyang to use as military provisions.
5,000 cavalrymen marched with great fanfare, arresting thousands of wealthy households in the city.
They falsely accused the people of traitors and rebels, then slaughtered them all outside the city, stealing all their possessions. Li Tui and Guo Yi herded hundreds of thousands of Luoyang citizens to move to Chang'an. Every group of civilians was suppressed by soldiers. The starving and exhausted lay scattered along the road. The soldiers freely raped the women and stole the last remaining food from the innocent civilians. Anyone who walks slowly will be instantly killed by the cruel blade of the soldier, right there in the middle of the road. On the day of his departure, Dongzhu ordered the palace, the imperial city, and the people's homes to be set on fire. The magnificent capital, over 200 years old, is transformed into a sea of fire, thick black smoke reaching the heavens. Not stopping there, Zhu ordered Lu Bu to excavate all the tombs of the former emperors to plunder treasures. The soldiers took advantage of the situation to dig up the graves of officials and civilians alike, leaving no piece of land untouched. Thousands of carriages were filled with gold, silver, and silk, forcing the emperor and his concubines to go to Chang'an. The pass commander Zhao Chen, seeing Dongzhu leave, immediately surrendered Yishui Pass to Sun Jian. Liu, Guan, and Zhang, along with their vassals, marched through Hulao Pass with not a single enemy in sight. Sun Jian entered Luoyang, seeing the capital engulfed in red flames, not a sound of chickens or dogs for 100 miles. Sun Jian hastily ordered his troops to put out the fires, then invited the feudal lords to encamp on the wasteland. Cao Cao confronts Yuan Shao, questioning why he remains inactive in the face of a great opportunity.
Cao Cao urges pursuit of Dongzhu, but Shao hesitates.
The feudal lords are weary. I fear it will not accomplish anything.
You children, you're not worthy of contributing to great endeavors.
Cao Cao himself led over 10,000 troops, along with his valiant generals, pursuing the fierce enemy day and night.
At Yongyang, Li Ru anticipated pursuit and devised a treacherous ambush.
Zhu Ying led his troops in an ambush on the mountain, waiting for Cao Cao's army to pass by to launch a flanking attack. Dongzhu ordered Lu Bu to lead elite troops to block the rear and engage the pursuing army.
Cao Cao arrives, shouting loudly, questioning the rebellious traitor. Where did you dare to move the emperor and the people?
Lu Bu angrily curses. Xiahao Dun cannot restrain himself. He rushes out with his spear to stab Lu Bu. Lu Bu and Xiahao Dun fought fiercely, a breathtaking battle between two mighty generals.
Suddenly, Li Tui led a troop from the left, cutting through Cao Cao's formation.
Guo Yi continues to push his troops forward on the right flank, pushing Cao's army into a three-sided siege. The enemy's forces were too strong. Xiahao Dun could not withstand them and had to retreat. Lu Bu's Cao Cao's army, defeated, fled to the mountainside. At the second watch, the moon shone as before they could even light the fire to cook rice. A deafening roar erupted from all sides, and Zhu Vin's troops charged out. Cao Cao, in a panic, flees, ironically encountering Xu Rong. Xu Rong draws his bow and shoots an arrow that hits Cao Cao in the shoulder. Cao Cao, clutching his wound in pain, gallops away on his horse. Running through the mountains, the two ambushing soldiers thrust their spears, striking the horse, and Cao Cao fell to the ground. In a moment of extreme peril, Cao Hong swiftly rode his horse and killed the enemy.
I must die here, my dear brother. Quickly escape and save your life.
Cao Hong boldly replies, "The world may not have me, Hong, but it cannot do without you."
Cao Cao mounted his horse and rode. Hong removed his armor, grabbed his knife, and ran after him to protect his lord.
At 4 a.m., the deep river blocks the way. The shouts of the pursuing enemy are imminent.
Hong quickly carried Thao across the river, determined to snatch life from the clutches of death. As soon as they reached the middle of the river, the pursuing soldiers fired arrows like rain, whizzing past their soaking wet skin. Crossing to the other side, Cao Cao, still in his wet clothes, ran another 30 miles before daring to stop and rest. But before they could settle down, Zhu Ying crossed the river by ferry and suddenly caught up.
From Vink, do not harm my lord!
In this moment of peril, Xiahao Dun and Xiahao Yuan quickly led several dozen cavalrymen to protect him. Xiahao Dun displayed his divine power, thrusting his spear forward and causing Xu Rong to fall from his horse and pay with his life. In Luoyang, Sun Jian was stationed at Jianjiang Temple, ordering the clearing of the ruins. Sun Jian erected a temporary three-chambered thatched hall at the Imperial Ancestral Temple. As night falls, under the bright moon and stars, the mighty tiger of Jiangdong comes out to the courtyard to observe the stars. Seeing the fading imperial star, Jian lamented the fate of the nation and wept. Suddenly, a soldier discovers a strange five-colored halo rising from the bottom of the ancient well. Sun Jian sent men down to search and retrieved the body of a court lady who had been dead for a long time but was not yet decomposed. A brocade pouch was worn around the deceased's neck, inside which was a box of lipstick with a gold lock. Opening the box, a treasure made of jade, with a knob carved with 5 dragons, appeared before Jian's eyes. The jade seal has a chipped corner of the gold-plated seal, engraved with 8 characters. May the mandate of heaven grant eternal prosperity.
Chengpu immediately recognizes. This is the Jade Seal, the priceless treasure of the world.
It begins with Bianhe's Jingshan Jade Stone, polished by the Qin dynasty into a national seal. After countless upheavals and storms on Dongting Lake, the seal was chipped off during Wang Mang's rebellion. Pu advises, heaven has bestowed auspicious signs upon you to become king. General, you should quickly return to Jiangdong to plan for great things. Unexpectedly, a trader from the same village as Yuan Shao knew about it and secretly reported it. He told Yuan Shao about the Imperial Seal to seek a path to advancement. The next day, Sun Jian went to see Yuan Shao to bid farewell, citing illness as the reason for returning to his hometown.
I know your ailment now. It's the Imperial Seal ailment.
Sun Jian denies it, but Shao forces him to hand over the Imperial treasure to save himself.
Sun Jin swears, if I conceal that treasure, may I die under a hail of arrows and bullets.
Shao didn't believe it, so he immediately called the informant soldier out as living proof. Sun Jian angrily draws his sword to strike the witness. Yuan Shao and the other generals also draw their swords to surround him. The Jiangdong generals were brandishing their weapons. A bloody battle was imminent if the vassals hadn't intervened. Sun Jian immediately mounts his horse and retreats, officially severing ties with the alliance leader.
Shao angrily wrote the secret letter and ordered someone to deliver it day and night to Liu Biao in Jingzhou.
Shao asks Liu Biao to intercept Sun Jian to reclaim the Imperial Seal. Liu Biao immediately ordered Kuai Yue and Kai Mao to lead 10,000 troops to set up a battle formation to block the road. The Imperial Seal was brought back but not yet used, and yet it caused war. Jian is trapped in the middle of the battlefield.